Hello and welcome to another episode of BTech. Today we're going to be talking about these baby gates and how we got them customized and installed. Let me show you them first. So this one's at the top of the stairs. As you can see, it's relatively standard. We have one extension in here. These are bolted into the wall, and the mounts are bolted into the wall. And there's pressure applied here, here, here. To make the length perfect, we got to make a custom extension, which is this lighter colored piece that we welded together out of steel. We got to make a custom mount here. These would not work for this. So we'll go over how we made this custom mount here. It has some, so you can see it's got some neoprene in here. It's very hard to see. You'll see in the rest of the video when we fabricate it. It's been up for over 6 months now, and it's extremely sturdy. All right, so let's go check out the other one. Here's the downstairs gates, and these gates see a lot of abuse. Dog here, toddlers, kids. There's a daycare here every day, and they're constantly climbing on this thing, leaning on it, and it's never even budged. So we have it. Again, we have the mounts bolted into some studs here, pressure going up. I had lost when we moved one of the bolts, so we made one out of a bolt and a washer welded into it, which is working great. So we'll go over, obviously this downstairs one's pretty standard, but we'll still go over it, and we'll go over how we fabricate it, the stuff for the top one. Let's go start it. So I'm missing a bunch of these. Who knows where they went? They are these 3/8 inch threads. Have a few here. Have the gold zinc on them, and it doesn't really matter that there's no threads here because I'm gonna have them pretty extended anyway. Finally, it doesn't really matter that I don't have any of these rubber foots for them because I have these plastic cradles they go in, so I don't really care about scuffing up the plastic cradle, which is going to bolt into the wall anyway. I really just need a washer. It's a similar size, so let's measure it and then find a washer of similar size. All right. It's like 31.5 millimeter diameter. So I found these washers, which have a 10 millimeter center, which would be good for welding on, and close enough, 29 millimeters. So typically these things go in and out pretty easily, but they're cheap. Get a real 3/8 inch bolt, then it's not really going to go in as easily, but it's close enough, so we can probably motivate it with a hammer. I'm going to put this on the bottom, just because some people might think it's not as aesthetically pleasing. I think it looks cool. There we go. And then if we want to push it out, we just run this bolt down and it'll lengthen it. All right, so the baby gate I'm going to put upstairs. It's a little too short, and it's made by this company called Summer Infant. I went on their website, I looked all over the internet. I can't find any more of these extension pieces, and I need one that extends it about 7 more inches on top of this one. The way these are made is it's got some square tube welded together, and then they got these plastic fittings, and then these are about 3/8 inch diameter or 10 millimeter diameter pins. Kind of just pressure fit on both sides. It's nothing special. So to extend it, I got some steel here. I would have just bought one, but I couldn't find one, and instead of paying money and then modifying something, I might as well just build what I need from the steel that I got. So I'm going to use some of this 1-inch square tube that I got. You can see I got some dowels well to the bottom. I was using this to bend steel that I was forging into handles for some handles that broke. They came from really cheap metal, and I made them out of higher quality steel. So what we're going to do is use that for the top of the bottom, replacing these pieces. And then I got some solid steel bar here that we can use for the parts to go top to bottom. I have some round tube too if this stuff ends up not being strong enough, but I got a bunch of these, so I can double up on them. I'm sure it'll be fine. So without further ado, let's get cutting and welding. I'm gonna take a little bit off just so it fits a little bit nicer. Your 7/16 inch weld nuts, which fit pretty nicely on these, so you can use that as the receiver end. See how it works. And they're weld nuts, which is great. A lot of extra meat on them for welding in place. It actually fits real nice. Got them in on both sides. Just had this in the lying around. It's this metallic bronzy color, close enough. All right, so I found the super long 10mm bolt we can use as a stud. Got this scrap piece, a tube. Would prefer a smaller diameter, but I didn't want to use any of my my nicer pieces of pipe for that. Just rather use some of this scrap metal that I wasn't really going to use for anything. So we'll use this to see how it works out, and basically cut the tube in half. We'll clean it up, weld the pin on so we have a radius on the other side that I can put some some rubber on or some neoprene, so that way it'll sit nicely against the railing. We'll see how it works out. All right, let's get to cutting. This is what we have so far. The idea is that this will go on the railing rod, the vertical railing rod, and this will be our pin. So I found this little scrap piece of neoprene, so I don't have to waste it. So I can see I did a little trimming, and it fits a little bit nicer in there. So actually, go ahead and put a little dab of super glue on there now, and we'll see if that just holds in place to help us out, make it easier. Nice, some on here. I like these big bottles too. And we'll put this over it and then drop it down into the puddle. Give that some time to react while we're setting everything back upstairs to take some measurements and get the initial gate set up. And this will be the last pin probably that I put in as we get everything set up upstairs. All right, head upstairs. That last piece wasn't quite to my liking, so I welded a new bolt on. extended the threads down. You can see I kept some of the old bolt as an extension and fusion welded it here with the TIG. Let's try it again. All right, now that the hot glue is filled in this area, is nice and cool, the bolt doesn't move side to side at all because it's packed around. It's quite sturdy. Do like how that turned out. Looks very industrial, the way I like it. Till next time.